Welcome to Maker's Corner Crafts. I'm Michelle Moncrief. Today we're going to learn how to make temporary tattoos using our Cricut. Temporary tattoos are great for kids, birthday parties, other celebrations, holidays, and even adults. We're going to be using silhouette tattoo paper and our Cricut machine. You can use the Cricut Maker, the Cricut Maker 3, the Cricut Explore 3, or the Cricut Explore Air 2. Here's what you'll need to make Cricut temporary tattoos. You're going to need silhouette tattoo paper. You're going to need a Cricut light grip mat. You're going to need a scraper. You're going to need a spatula or something to lift tattoos off your mat. And optionally, you're going to need a brayer, although I do recommend one for this. And of course, you're going to need your Cricut. Now, the silhouette paper includes two different items. The first item that it includes is the tattoo paper. There's one side that's glossy, and this is the side that we'll print on. The other side is matte, and that's the back of the paper, and there's two sheets of this in the package. The other item is the adhesive sheet. Now, the adhesive sheet will be applied to the tattoo paper after it prints, but before it cuts. And I'll show you how to do that in the video. I'm going to link all of these items down in the description below for you. So what are we going to cover in the video? Well, we're going to go into Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to show you how to select images for your tattoos. And then we're going to use Cricut's Print Then Cut feature to cut our tattoos. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is select New Project in Cricut Design Space. And then we're going to go take a look at some images and select our images. So go ahead and click on Images on the left-hand side, and under Graphics, select Tattoos. There are two kinds of images in here, ones that are basic cut and then print and cut. We want to look for print and cut images and some of the basic cut images. This tattoo, notice that it has open areas that are unattached. We do not want these kinds of tattoos. They won't work for us. However, I'm going to search for Mom. Notice that this tattoo doesn't have any open areas in it. All of the lines are attached. These are the kinds of tattoos that will work for us. So will this tattoo. Even though it has a cut line in the middle and this is an open area, all of the lines are attached. So this will work for us as well. Notice that this is a print and cut because it has a printer, and this is a basic cut which has a scissors. I'm going to select both of these and put them on our canvas. Now I'm going to show you some other ones. I'm going to deselect and select Browse All Images. And then I want to look at the Print and Cut images. So under Operation Type, select Print and Cut. Let's look at some for some kiddos. Let's look for cute animals. Notice that these are all print and cut because they have a printer down at the bottom. Now these will all work for us because they are print and cut, and they will cut around the outline. So let's select the llama and the dolphin and the kitty cat. That's good enough for us. And I'm going ahead and select Add to Canvas. And I'll click away, and then I'll be able to move them independently. Now my husband has a 3-inch arm. I have a 2-inch arm, and I'm just going to guess that kids are 1 to 1.5 inches. So let's go ahead and resize these. I'll size this for my husband. And up here under width, I'm going to put 3 inches and press enter, and it automatically resizes the height because the lock is closed. And I'm going to do the dolphin for me, so I'll do 2 inches here for the width. Let's do the kitty cat for a kiddo, 1.5, and so forth. And let me just resize these other two quickly. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a guide. Because we're going to print our tattoos out using print and cut, we need to know whether all of these tattoos fit in the print and cut area. The best way to do this is to create what's called a guide. Now, in order to create a guide, we're going to click on Shapes, Square, and then we're going to resize the square to the size of the print and cut. So I'm going to click on in the area for width. and I'm going to type in 6.75. Then I'm going to unlock the lock because I want to be able to make something, I want to create a rectangle. So I'm then in the height going to put in 9.25. This is the size of my print and cut area. You can see that it's a rectangle. And to change it from a basic cut for, say, vinyl to a guide, I'm going to click in the drop down and I'm going to select guide. Now this will not print out, but it provides me a boundary area where I can put my designs in and see if they all fit, and I'll know how many to put in and so forth. But I need to send it to the back first. So with the guide selected, I'm going to right click and select send to back. Now it's in the background and I can move my designs images on top of the guide. I can add more and move them around, and that way I'll know all of the designs fit inside of here and will print on one sheet of tattoo paper. I showed you two types of designs. I showed you basic cut and print and cut. Now, with basic cut, we need to do two things to make them print out properly, print out and cut properly. The print and cuts are ready to go, but the basic cuts need to be set to print and cut, and then we need to flatten them. So as long as the lines are all touching each other, what we need to do is select, and then under operation, click on the drop down and select print and cut. And then over here in the layers area, with the whole thing selected, make sure all the layers are selected, click on flatten down in the bottom. Now you'll notice that there are no additional layers. There's only one layer. And we'll need to do this for the dolphin also. And that should be all. If we click on the other ones, they all say print and cut, and everything is one layer now. Okay, let's go ahead and make it. If you have multiple machines, in the drop down at the top, select the proper machine that you want to use. You can use a Maker, Maker 3, Explore Air 2, or an Explore 3. Then click Make It. Okay, notice you don't get the pop-up because this is print and cut, and you'll see it says print and cut over on the left-hand side. We do need to mirror this design, so select Mirror, and then click Continue. While the machine attempts to connect, we're going to go ahead and send to printer. Okay, we do want to use our system dialog because this is going to be on shiny paper. So go ahead and select Use System Dialog and select Print. And let's go into our printing preferences. This is where we're going to change the paper type. So I use a Canon printer for my standard printing. So I'm going to go to Photo Papers and I'm going to select a glossy photo paper. Use whatever you use that you tend to use for shiny papers and that type of thing. I'm going to select High for my print quality, and I like to feed special papers from my rear tray. If you don't have a rear tray, go ahead and select your manual feed and just make sure that your printer prints on the shiny side. Then click OK, and then go ahead and put your silhouette tattoo paper in there. Go ahead and print it out. Once it's completed printing, wait for it to dry, and then we'll go ahead and put the adhesive paper on top of the silhouette tattoo paper. To apply the adhesive sheet to the temporary tattoo paper, remove the strip across the top of the silhouette adhesive sheet. Carefully place the adhesive sheet, adhesive side down, straight across the silhouette tattoo paper at the top. Begin to peel back the backing of the adhesive paper, smoothing the adhesive onto the tattoo paper as you go with the scraper. Place the silhouette tattoo paper onto a sticky Cricut light grip mat. Select Browse All Materials, and in the search bar, type in tattoo. Select tattoo paper and click Done. Select the pressure that works for your machine. Default works really well for mine. Now this is going to be a die cut, meaning it cuts all the way through. So if your machine needs more pressure, go ahead and select more pressure. But default works just fine for mine. And then go back and we're going to load our machine with the Cricut mat and go ahead and cut it. To load your mat into the Cricut, press the blinking arrow button. When the Go button starts blinking, press it to begin the cut. If the Cricut has issues reading the registration marks, cover them with matte Scotch tape. If there are still problems, try dimming the lights near the Cricut. Check to make sure the Cricut cut the tattoos all the way through. If not, press the Go button again. Otherwise, press the arrow key to unload. Remove the temporary tattoos by pulling the mat away from the tattoo paper. To apply your Cricut temporary tattoo, remove the clear plastic layer. Place the adhesive side against the skin and place a wet cloth against the outside of the tattoo for 10 to 15 seconds or until the backing slides off easily. Your tattoo will last a day or two. Now go show it off.